Hi class. Okay, so we are ready for Woof Review, set 3, slide 2. The first one is to find the product of 562 and 48. We know that product is the answer to a multiplication problem. I'm going to do it both ways. And I am totally okay with whichever way you do it. All right, so we take our ones times our ones, and our ones times our tens, and our ones times our hundreds. So our ones times our ones is 16. Then our ones times our tens, 6 times 8 is 48. Plus 1 is 49. Now our ones times our hundreds. 8 times 5, 40, plus 4 is 44. Remember to use your count bys if you're not sure. Tic-tac-toe, bring my 0 below. Gets me to my tens. So now I'm in my tens. I'm going to take my tens times my ones, and my tens times my tens, and my tens times my hundreds. So my tens times my ones, 4 times 2 is 8. Then my tens times my tens, 6 times 4 is 24. And then my tens times my hundreds, 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. Those are my partial products. I'm going to add them up. 6 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 8, 1 less than 8 is 7, so it's 17. I know 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 4 plus 2 is 6, and 2 plus nothing is 2. Read that with me, 26,976. Alrighty, so we're gonna go down because we're kind of running out of room. So we're gonna do 562. And I am going to change that color just so it stands out a little bit better. We'll do orange. So 562. Going across, 48. Don't forget your addition signs. Where those addition signs are is where our lines are going to go. Going down, we're going to put 40, 40, and 40, and 8, 8, and 8. Going across, we're going to put 500 and 500, 60, 60, 2 and 2. We're just expanding these. We're going to get lots of partial products. All right, first step. We have lots of zeros. We're going to box them, cross them, bring them down. I had 3, and then 5 times 4 is 20. Smart to always put your zeros first. Here, I have 2 zeros. Box them, cross them, bring them down. 8 times 5 is 40. Here I have 2. Box them, cross them, bring them down. 6 times 4 is 24. Here I have 1. Box it, cross it, bring it down. 6 times 8 is 48. Here I have 1. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. That's a lot of partial products. I'm going to have to write small. So I have 20,000. I'm going to cross it off because I've used it. I have 4,000. Make sure that you're lining it up nice and neat. I have 2,400. I have 480. I have 80. And I have 16. Remember, I crossed them off to show that I've used them so we don't use them more than once, or so that we don't forget any. I'm going to add my ones, and I only have 6. I'm going to add my tens. I have 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. I'm going to go to my hundreds place. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Go to my thousands place, and a 6, and my 10,000s place is a 2. Our numbers match up at 26,976. Again, I don't care which strategy you use. Here we're going to show 3/4 as the sum of unit fractions. Remember those key words, okay? Sum. Remember how we write it. It means addition. Unit means 1. Unit means 1. And then our fraction is out of fourths, okay? So, how many fourths do we have? We have 3/4. So we are going to do 3 unit means 1 fractions of 1/4. Adding them together. My denominator is the same. We keep it the same. We add our numerators. We did it right. 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. The sum, addition, unit means 1, fraction was the denominator of 4. Here we're going to write an equation. 15 hours is 5 times longer than 3 hours. All right, so I'm going to write 15, and if you remember, is means equals. Is means equals. Then 5 times, we all know means multiply, 3 hours. So 15 hours is 5 times 3 hours. 5 times 3 equals 15. That's our equation. Just pay attention to those key words. That'll really help you. Okay, it takes Henry 10 oranges to make a large glass of juice, which is 5 times as many as he uses for a small glass. How many does he use for the small glass? So 10 is, what it is mean? Is means equals. 10 is 5 times as many for the small. I'm going to put S in just in case you guys think that looks like a 5. Okay, 10 is 5 times as small. We're using that unknown, the S for the small glass. Okay, so I'm going to write it like this because sometimes we get confused when we have our equal sign, the answer on the left side. So when you do this, I want you to think about the inverse operation to find this. The inverse means opposite. I say inverse, you say opposite. Inverse, opposite, inverse, opposite. The opposite of multiplication is division. When we divide, we always take our biggest number, which is always going to be after our equal sign. We're going to divide what we know, which is 5. We don't know S. That's going to equal S, the small glass. Well, 10 divided by 5 is 2. It takes him 2 oranges to make a small glass. Pay attention again, keywords. Here we're going to solve using an equation with the letter representing the unknown. We just did that right up here. We used S for our unknown, okay? Sarah received $56 for her birthday. She found that toys cost $8 each. How many toys can she buy? So she wants to buy all of them. She wants to spend all her money, okay? Each means multiply and sometimes divide. Each means multiply and sometimes divide. I want you to take 56 in your hand, and I want you to spend $8 each. So 56, 8, 8, 8. What are you doing? You're taking apart by dividing. So we're going to take $56 divided by $8 equals T for toys. When we do that, 56 divided by 8, count by 8s. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. 48, 56. How many did you get? You got 7. 7 times 8 is 56. Okay, so 7 toys she can buy. Which number is a factor of 20 but not a multiple of 2? Remember, factor, factor, product. That means what two numbers can be multiplied together to get 20. Remember when we do that, we list 1 through 9 to find the factors. Okay, it is a factor of 20, but it is not a multiple of 2. Well, let's count by 2s. Remember, it's our multiple song. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Okay, well, let's do our factors. 1 times 20, 2 can go into it because it's even. 2 goes into it 10 times. Let's use our strategies for 3. We're going to do 2 plus 0. That equals 2. If I do my multiple song for 3s, 3, 6, 9, I do not hit that. What other number can we know by adding those digits that if it equaled a certain number, it would be a factor? That would be 9. This would have to equal 9 for 9 to be a factor. Okay, let's do 4. I know that 4 times 5 equals 20. And I know 5 goes in because 5 goes into anything with a 0 or 5 in the ones place. The next thing is 5, right? Well, we've already used it, so we stop. Okay, So here are my factors for 20. Is 12 a factor of 20? No. So that can't be it. Is 5 a factor of 20? Yes. I'm going to start, but I am not going to do anything yet because we need to make sure that it's not a multiple of 2. Is 10 a factor of 20? It is. So again, I'm going to start it, but we need to make sure it's not a multiple of 2. Is 4 a factor of 20? Yes. So we have 3 possible answers, 5, 10, and 4. But we know they cannot be a multiple of 2. So anything in this column will not be it. Do you see a 5? No? Okay, I'm going to put a second star. Do you see a 10? Yep, that means 10 can't be it because it cannot be in this column, cannot be a factor. Do you see 4? You sure do. That means it cannot be it. It cannot be a multiple. I said factor, excuse me. It cannot be a multiple of 2. It has to be a factor of 20, which 5 is, and not a multiple of 2. So my answer is 5. So you really have to pay attention to what a factor means and what a multiple means. Remember that we said about mid-year that we're using, instead of count by songs, our multiple songs. And I know I mess up on that a lot. Okay, that is it for today. I hope you did well. I know I went fast, so make sure that you pause, go back,